really be a flow kart eventing video if it didn't start with Lulu abusing me. I don't think it would be. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel and to my latest video, which is a long awaited Thoughts on Cross Country video. It only seems fitting to continue this series. There's about 3 episodes I think up so far, which I'll link in the description below. Because this weekend coming up would be the first weekend of the eventing season if coronavirus didn't exist. So no eventing for us right now, we're still in lockdown. The closest thing we can do is relive an old cross-country round, and it's a good one. It is Attie's B Novice round from Wellington last year, which was one of my favourite rounds of the entire season. But before we get into it, I actually have a little bit of a favour to ask you guys if you're watching this video before the 1st of March. If you're not, here's the timestamp you can skip to. I won't bore you with what my favour is. But if it's the 1st of March, or before, please stick around, because basically I have been shortlisted for an ambassador opportunity with Spiller's Horse Feed, which is so surreal. It's an incredible opportunity. Of 650 applicants, I made it down to the final 20, and I need your help to make this dream come true. Basically, the winners get a £250 towards feed over the year, and considering that all Star eats a Spiller's Cool Mix, that would be super duper helpful for me, soon to be a university student. Lessons with one of their ambassadors, like their top riders, so that could be like William Foxpitt or Imogen Murray. I mean, who wouldn't want to be paired up and mentored with one of them? Nutritionist advice, and obviously lots of nice Spiller's gear. Now, this is honestly such a dream come true to me. As well as feeding Star Spiller's Cool Mix, because it's all he eats, Spiller's was actually the very first feed brand we ever bought any food for my first ever pony. So that's about 8 years ago. So we have been feeding Spiller's for a long, long time. And yeah, this is like the ultimate dream come true. I mean, Lulu is a little bit impatient right now because she's waiting for her Spiller's dinner. So yeah, we would all love this opportunity. And to win, it's largely down to likes on Facebook and Instagram on the Spiller's page. So if you guys would, if you have a Facebook account, an Instagram account, and you're happy to head over to either of these platforms and just give me a thumbs up on the video that features me and the boys. It says my name at the start. It should be nice and easy to work out which one it is. I will link the Spiller's pages down below, but it would really, really help me out. It would be amazing. So yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to see a vlog of me heading off to have a lesson with William Foxpitt or someone like him? I mean, surely everyone would want to see that, right? So please do go and give it a big thumbs up if you're watching this on the 1st of March or before. Anyway, now into the fun stuff. So, Wellington B Novice. Here's a little bit of context for the day. I always like to add a little bit so you know what's going on. Essentially, this was the last event I did with Attie last year before we really cracked our dressage. We went through a little bit of a stage where it was kind of all going a little bit wrong, and I mean, he wasn't doing anything, but it was just lacking everything. Neither of us were excited by it, and this was the very last sort of test we did before we knuckled down. So it wasn't a great test. I think I got about 37 or 38, and I remember being really disappointed, and it really helped to spur me on and go away and work. I will also link the Wellington vlog below, so if you want to watch the whole day, you're more than welcome to do that. And then the show jumping, he actually jumped really, really nicely. It was a pretty tough track, big, and it was causing quite a lot of troubles. He had one pole, which for him I was super duper chuffed with. And I basically had this goal that I really, really wanted to try and go inside the time. It was just something that I had on my mind for a really long time, to get a B Novice inside the time, because I'd never done that. So I kind of thought, going into this, it was one of the toughest tracks I'd ever walked, B Novice. I was absolutely terrified about this fence. Let's just insert that photo now. Because it was skinny, and it was really, really skinny, and it was wider than it was skinny. That doesn't make sense. It was longer than it was skinny. But at the same time, I was we have nothing to lose, you know, we're not exactly on a winning dressage score, so I may try and go inside the time. So that's where my head was. We did actually go clear and inside the time, which was, yeah, just great. But I will give you my thoughts as we were going around. It was a pretty technical track. This was actually the course, because I do course walk TikToks over on my TikTok, Flow Kart Eventing, not a plug, but it is now. So this was actually the very video that sort of blew up on TikTok. It got about 100,000 views, and this is before I actually jumped around it, of everyone in the comments saying that looks scary. So yeah, I was scared. Anyway, enough waffling from me. Let's head into the video and let's see what you think.
Attie is usually my calmest cross-country horse. He stands in the start box, he does what you want, but this day he was feeling rather opinionated, barging out of the start box and then sort of hurling himself at the first fence. I saw a stride, we had a little bit of a disagreement and got close. Yeah, not the best start to a cross-country round, but in some ways really, really helpful, because it made us both get our brain in gear. We realised we needed to work together, and by the time we got to the second fence, I think we kind of got it out of our system. And that was it, we were away. I'm really lucky that Atty is so good at finding his rhythm pretty quickly, so by fence 3 we were already in our rhythm. I did see a monster stride to this fence, and I remember coming into it going, Flo, are you really going to ask that long stride? But it was kind of too late, I just had to commit, and he actually made it feel amazing, which gave me so much confidence. Fence 4 was really interesting because it was early in the course, it was a simple enough house, except that the ground in front of the jump was so rutted. You went up a slope, down a slope, and Wellington were really trying to make you think. And I didn't do that very well at all. I thought I'd seen a distance, I thought I kind of locked on about 6 strides out, but because of the ruts, we kind of met the jump really wrong. Luckily, Atty was pretty clever, sorted it out. But yeah, I kind of hadn't thought that was going to be as much of a challenge as it ended up being, and it's definitely taught me to walk my line a bit better, like walk the ground, read the ground, and then run up to the fence. The first combination on course, and I cannot tell you how long I spent agonising over how I was going to ride this one. You've got 2 pretty decent sized logs on an uphill, forward 4 strides on a curving line. I decided that that wasn't for us. Atty's got quite a short stride, and so early on in the course I didn't want to risk knocking confidence. It's quite hard to put in a flyer going uphill, so instead I really angled that turn and managed to fit in that 5th stride. It was a little bit short, but definitely gave us the confidence we needed rather than sapping it from us. You then had a really nice long gallop down to this pretty big upright car. It was relatively straightforward, but I think the real challenge they were giving you is then having to bring your horse back, because this was a dreaded combination with a very skinny. Okay, I don't want to get sappy with you guys, but you are about to watch one of my very proudest moments as a rider. I was so nervous about this fence because you had a downhill jump to a ditch, and then you had 4 pretty long strides to this skinny. And as we've already discussed, Atty hasn't naturally got the longest stride, and if we're ever going to have a problem anywhere on course, it's going to be a skinny. So the concept of really pushing him on, I was just so worried that something was going to go wrong. I was so worried that I was going to give him a window to run out, or it just wasn't going to go to plan. And I was so proud when he hit that on a nice long stride and was like, yeah, of course, mum, I've got it. I just felt so confident for the rest of the course. This was probably the widest, most solid fence I have ever jumped in my life, and I was terrified coming into it, which resulted in me getting a little bit close, but it wasn't the end of the world. I had to jump it really nicely. Then there was an opportunity to go for a gallop, make up some time, try and get up on our clock, but not get too carried away, because the next fence was a very technical water combination, which, have you guessed it yet, I was very nervous about. It's a bit of a theme on this course. And in hindsight, maybe don't try this one at home. I kind of took this jump at a bit of a jump off turn, even though it was the A part of a water combination, but at the end of the day, I know Atty loves his water, he's not really fazed by it, but perhaps if you don't know your horse so well, don't do that. And I have to confess, if my pony cup instructor was watching me ride this, she wouldn't be very happy, because this was not my finest water combination. I kind of saw a long stride going into the water and then realised we were in water and probably couldn't take a long stride, so ended up chipping in, fell a bit forward, and then saw another long one on the way out, but Atty went with me that time. Yeah, not textbook rhythm there, but we got through it. That's what it's all about. Now, I remember cantering towards this fence, and it just seemed to get bigger and bigger every stride we got closer to it. It like grew, but we saw a really nice stride to it and actually got a really nice photo of this fence, so that gave me a lot of confidence, especially after the little mess with the water jump. Another big solid fence. There really was no such thing as a let-up fence on this course, but Atty jumped it nicely. Onto the Trachana of Doom. Not only from landing was it taller than me, but it also was on a really sharp left-hand turn to a corner, and for some reason Atty had started leaning on my right rein. He's never done that before. I think perhaps he was a little bit tired, we were nearing the end of the course, so I decided to take a little bit of a longer line than I planned. I didn't want to give him any opportunity to have a run out to the right. And yeah, you can see we got a little bit close again. I was kind of reluctant to share this round with you guys at first because there are a few more messy moments than usual. You know, if you watch my other Thoughts Like Cross Country vlogs, they're a lot more polished than this. But I guess that's just life. Some cross country rounds are a bit messier. That's what cross country is. So I thought I should still share it with you. And this next fence, I don't even know what happened in this next fence. In fact, I'm going to freeze and explain because I kind of do know what happened. I walked this course a couple of days prior to jumping it, and there was another fence in front of this one as part of the 2-star class, and they'd taken it out for the novice to make the line easier, but I was not expecting it. So I came around the corner, kind of didn't have any bearings, and then, well, this happened. Not very pretty at all. Then there was another let-up fence, which for some reason isn't on video. And then this was like the final combination on course, and Atty jumped it amazingly. This perspective doesn't actually show quite how incredibly he jumped it. He took out a stride at both elements. So here is a kind of blurry, different version from another angle. But oh my goodness, the feeling he gave me over this combination. I just sat there as a passenger, guys. I mean, he jumped that entire mound, and I basically just sat there and let him do it. I was like, right, you've got the control. I didn't need to tell you what to do. Now we were very much on the home straight, and you can see me speeding into this next shot because I just about realised that it may be possible to make it inside the time. Didn't want to take my eye off the prize, but also wanted to ride sensibly. Got a really nice shot to the penultimate fence and a little bit closer to the last one, but oh my goodness, I was buzzing when I crossed the line and my watch said that I'd made it inside the time. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and just a reminder, if you are watching this video before the 1st of March, it would be amazing if you headed over to Spilla's pages, either Facebook or Instagram, and gave the videos with me a big thumbs up. Also, there's quite a lot of exciting stuff to come over on my Instagram soon. We've literally just hit 25,000 followers. I have a very exciting announcement coming the day after this vlog goes live, I think, although that might get jiggled around a bit, might be the day before, so sorry if that's the case. I'm wearing makeup in case you couldn't tell. I don't usually do that, so it may have been a little photo shoot today. And the weekend after this vlog goes live, I have a giveaway coming, so lots of exciting stuff. I think that's probably all from me. Lulu's giving me an absolute death stare now because I haven't given her Spilla's dinner, so I think that's what we're going to go and do. Any final words, Lou? No. Oh, and I actually have booked my first cross-country session back post-lockdown, 29th of March, the very day it ends. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you want to see that when that finally comes out. Thanks for watching. Oh, sorry. Thanks for watching. Bye.